A lot of people are dying inside, maybe based on the neglect and the abuse they've gone through so far. And I know how deep that hurts. If you're someone who has been harassed when you were little and now you have negative images and you don't sleep well, let's say you're a girl, you were harassed by some couple men, now you have hatred towards men, and that is really hindering you from progressing, because obviously where you're going to get a job, your boss is likely to be a man, your colleagues are men, your neighbors are men. If you go out, men, if you go to see a movie, probably you're gonna have men sitting around you, and that could be so dramatizing. But I understand you don't need to bear the pain alone. That's why I recommend you to seek some form of guidance, even though the guidance is not to take away the pain, but to have a place where you can feel heard. Surround yourself with a circle that would elevate you, take you forward to where you are supposed to be. But I do know that even though people do find out what happened to you, some of them would make mockery of you and tell you that you deserve these things that are happening to you. I always said it in a lot of my videos, human beings are flawed. Human beings are capable of both good and bad, but depending on when one is leaning on most. The people that are leaning on the bad, and keep them as friends though, even though I don't have the heart to hate. But what I do mean is have discernment to be able to know whom to pull more closer and who to love from afar. You should have someone you tell these things to, and that person is not someone who would judge you, but would listen to you without judgment and would practice empathy and compassion towards you. But the bad thing is, we don't know whom this person is. You can truly spot them by looking at their lives and how they speak and express themselves. For someone who wants the higher good and great version of you, those are the ones you should pull closer, not just the person who wants you to go have fun and do the, going out, clubbing. These people are good, but I'm not saying they're bad, but find the king. In a social circle, there's a king and there's a loser. The loser are the ones interested in the worldly things. The king is the one that wants the highest good of you. Speak to somebody about it and don't have it bottled up, because when you do, you're gonna die inside. If you're a guy who has gone through some form of abuse or neglect, so I understand that could really leave a strain on you, but you deserve better, because you're meant to enjoy this life and not to suffer. If you're suffering and you endure it, it's going to change your perspective on view and life about the things around you. But I understand when people speak and do things, the reason why I'm able to understand them, it's not that I know everything, it's because I understand where they're coming from, and they do not. Sometimes you have to learn to love people from afar, even though they are incapable of doing some certain things. Don't let that chain bind you. Learn to free yourself from it, because it happened to you, but you are not the problem. Now, if I was harassed and abused, I know that would leave a mark, but that shouldn't dictate how you live your life. I understand even if you see the picture of your abuser, the video, or you run into them, that would stir up a massive emotion inside of you. Just because of you felt that way doesn't mean your life is the most better. There are a lot of people who didn't go through abuse or neglect, but they went through a loss of a loved one, a family, a partner, and it's changed them. The loss of something is a binding of you. That is why you should learn to detach from the outcome and become free. I say it because for me it's a little bit easier for me to do, not just because of I got it all, it's because of took me years of practice, dedication to be able to get there, but also a lot of sleepless nights, cold cries, bitterness, anger, hatred, negative doubts, self-doubts, talk low to self. It took me a while for me to get back on track, but one thing that kept me going was I never lost sight of myself, and I loved myself to maximum. And I always say, this that I'm doing, I want the greater good for myself. And doing so, I was able to become the person that I am today. More freer, more open, more kind. But don't think you can try to take advantage of me because I will spot it. Remember, you are not alone in this world. There are people like you. So seek them out and you will find them. Don't forget, I love you.